Shalom, my friends, from here in Jerusalem. You can see behind me the Temple Mount. It is incredible, and we are having an incredible, amazing, I would say prophetic even ceremony here, where the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, in partnership with Hatzalah, is donating 25 emergency vehicles. Now, look around here. This is incredible just to see all of these vehicles. It's mind-blowing. Each one of these vehicles saving lives. Each one of these vehicles, these emergency vehicles, has a volunteer that's assigned to it. It's basically an ambulance. I'm going to show you what's inside of it in a second. But here you can see each one of these vehicles that the fellowship has donated as far as the eye can see in every direction overlooking Jerusalem. And every one of these vehicles has a volunteer in every single city in Israel, whether it's Jewish, Muslim, Bedouin, Druze, Christian. We have volunteers all across Israel who are ready to respond to emergencies within 90 seconds. That means that they arrive at an emergency to save lives within 90 seconds. Now, in order to do that, you need to have a lot of volunteers, first of all, which thank God we have, because so many people in Israel have signed up to be part of this project of saving lives. But you also need the equipment, and that's where the fellowship comes in. Take a look at this car. Everywhere it goes, everywhere the volunteer goes, they know it's the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews who has made this possible. And look what's inside of this car. It's super incredible. Keep using that word, but there's just no other word to describe what's happening here. So you can see all these cars here, all these volunteers, and this is what's inside of the car. First of all, following October 7th, what we learned was we need to protect the volunteers because they're the ones who are going literally to the scene of terror attacks and saving lives of the victims. So we want our volunteers to be protected. So we have this bulletproof vest that's part of every kit. On top of the bulletproof vest, we have the bulletproof helmet. The first thing is the security of the volunteers because they can't save lives if they're not protected. So that's what the fellowship is here to do. And then they have a kit. They have a defibrillator here. Inside, they have everything they need in case someone has a heart attack, if they have an allergic reaction, if they have a diabetes attack, even if there's a tourniquet here for if they are shot, if they're bleeding profusely and they need to immediately stop the blood, there's a tourniquet. And it's even an amazing patent that has been created specifically for these volunteers that on the tourniquet, there is a chemical that stops the blood. And so this package right here that the fellowship has donated, you can see here, it even has our logo on it, I'll show you in a second, is saving lives. And my favorite part of this package is actually this. This is for delivering babies, because a lot of times these volunteers go and deliver babies. So it is just inspiring to me, moving to me. I feel God's presence here with me as we dedicate these vehicles. God said, Ki beiti bet tefillah lekol ha'amim. That's what our prophet said. And all of this that's being dedicated here in Jerusalem, right next to the Temple Mount, is because of Christians and Jews who have come together to save lives. The fellowship did this with matching donors who are Jewish from Miami, the Lights. And then we had millions of Christians who stepped up in order to do matching donations with sacrificial gifts in order to make this possible. And so this is really the vision of the prophets, the vision of God. How good and pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in peace. And the outcome of that? Saving lives. Wow. Praise God. All right. From here in Jerusalem.